So this is what we left off yesterday. So I'm gonna continue from here onwards only, and we will discuss on these topics today. And if you have done your homework, then you should know what the answer of these are would be, which are written in front of you. So before I start doing it, no, nobody is there, but before you start doing it, write it in the comment section. If you're watching it in the past, then do that, please. And let's just begin then. So, first question was: is our constitution evolved or enacted? Right. So, our constitution is enacted. India enacted basically means taken from different countries, as we discussed in the earlier section. Now evolved would be like British, because they captured everybody and they didn't got captured by anybody, so they evolved over time, so that is British. Now some more example of enacted constitution would be your, first of all, India. Second of all, you could say America. And you can give this example on your own too. Just remember that enacted one would be the one which have been captured or been under the rule of some another nation, as US was. Now written and unwritten, as you can see, I'm writing every article here, and this much article, if unwritten, would be very complicated to understand, right? So written constitution here, example is India, and India, USA, Canada, India, USA, Canada, Japan, and France. Now unwritten would be your New Zealand and Israel and UK. New Zealand and UK. Those who were never captured and are small, you could say, in size, would be unwritten, because they don't really need that much rule to function properly. Whereas India, there are 393 articles or some 400 some articles, which is the highest in the world. Then USA were 126, something like that. Then Canada, then Japan, then France, right? Now, rigid and flexible. Rigid or flexible. Our constitution is neither rigid nor it is flexible. Our constitution is at middle. Rigid constitution is a constitution in which there is the top, supposedly that is center, then there is bottom, right? Like Panchayati Raj or something like that, you can imagine. Now, what happens is the center, the top, would give order to the bottom, and the bottom would have no this bottom constitution. This bottom people would have bottom Panchayati Raj and all that would have no power inside of them. So that is a main point in the rigid one. India also follows that, but India is also flexible, as Panchayati Raj, municipality, cooperative societies. These all societies and the local villages, panchayat, all have their power, and they can make their own law at their specific area. That is basically what is state definition is also there. State, which is in Article 13, right? Article 13 or Article 12, I think so. Now, federal or is our constitution federal or unitary? Our constitution is quasi-federal. Basically, mean it is neither. It is our constitution is like neither federal nor unitary. Unitary basically mean the top one is there, the center, then bottom, then that, and here the center one is the one which is the one which is taking all the decision is going on there, right? The federal one is one in which the center is also there, then the state is also there, then the local villages is also there, and it happens that the center divides the power between and state and the local governments is also there. So federal basically means the division of power between all the bodies, and unitary basically means the top one is the one which is taking the order. So India follows the quasi federal. Now India follows this quasi federal, as you know, in the I think so schedule 7, there is the there is a federal schedule which says that the division of like power is done between the center, the state, and the concurrent list, right? So center is taking the higher jobs and all that, basically higher like your defense is there, then there is your then airports is there, then your nuclear weapon is there. So the main thing which cannot be stabilized with only one state, that is going with the central. So India is a huge country, and with very diverse culture in India. So we need a quasi federal constitution in our body. Now, going on ahead, this was the previous class which I did. Now, going on ahead, here are some speeches of the Constitution. As India at the start of independence, uh, India had like 395 articles when India got independent in 1947. But this one is on the 26th of November, you could say, or January, you could say, January of 1950, like when the constitution was officially made. And at that time India had 395 articles and 22 parts, as we discussed earlier, and 8 schedule, as we discussed earlier. So yeah, now India have approximately, I don't know, it can go up and down, but 470 articles approx, 25 parts, and 12 schedules, right? Now, the amendment since 1951 elected and added. So since 1951, so like there was an amendment. What the heck is this? As you know, the first constitutional amendment of 1951. This was on the Schedule 9, which is your land one, which is zamindari. That was one part of this schedule, but also at this schedule, this was the first schedule, so we had so much thing to remove, right? So we removed some 20 articles from this, or 395, and added parts in that. And so one part 7, so one part 7. So as you know, like there are 22 parts, right? So the seventh part, which was zamindari, this was also removed from this first Constitution Amendment Act, right? Now this was removed, and now what things were added was 95 articles were added, and 4 parts were also added. And these parts are the parts which added, right? So added parts in the 22 parts would be in the numbers, right? So fourth, so part 4A, which is your fundamental duty. Part 9A, which is your municipality. Part 9B, which is cooperative society, which article amendment is 97 Constitution Amendment Act of your 2011. Then your 14A, which is tribunals, which are the extra courts, right? So this was also in your 42nd Constitution Amendment Act of 1976. So now going on ahead, like B.R. Ambedkar also said that our constitution is ransacking all the known constitution of the world. So like we are taking from every constitution of the world. We are just taking everything from uh, like every part of the constitutions, right? So let me show you what we have done previously. So I could give you an example here. Where did that go? The Here, see, like we have taken from Irish constitution, we have taken Australia, we have taken from Germany, which is called Weimar, we have taken from Russia, we have taken from French, we have taken from Indian Constitution Act 1935, we have taken from British, we have taken from USA. So that's why B.R. Ambedkar called us as ransacking from the various parts of the constitution, because we are taking everything from different constitution as we are enacting everything. Now, uh, going on ahead, uh, some parts as like this, the ransacking was said by the B.R. Ambedkar. Now, some more also people described India. First one were unitary in spirit and quasi-federal. This is said by Casey Ware. Next is bargaining federalism. This is said by Morris. Bargaining करने जा रहे मोर की. Morris Jonas. Next is cooperation federal. This is said by Grabin Austin. Next is your federation with centralizing tendency. Federation with centralizing tendency. This is said by Ivy Genus, sorry, Genus. So tendency would only happen when you are doing like some. So tendency would only happen when you are doing like straightening an iron. So Genus is there. Now more names. Now horoscope. Whenever you see this word, imagine of a jeweler who is seeing his jewelry, and the jewelers and this ones are the businessmen's. So KM Munshi. Then soul of the then soul of the constitution. The soul of the constitution is said by Pandit Thakur Das Bhagwar. So this is also important as this is the Article 32. So Pandit. So imagine soul. When you see soul, imagine it with Pandit, right? Pandit Thakur Das Bhagwar. Then identity card of the constitution and palki wala. Identity card and palki wala. Then keynote of the constitution Aaron first. Keynote Arost Baker. Okay. Now, these are the some which are the names that are said by some peoples and described India at the time of the constitution. So, unitary in spirit, we are united and unitary in spirit, and quasi-federal. That mean neither federalism, neither like the unitary. So that is quasi-federal. That is said by Casey Ware, right? Now, bargaining federalism. Bargaining basically means you are bargaining and taking everything, which is said by Morinus Jonas. Morinus Jonas, imagine as bargaining for the more. We don't do that, but just imagine that. Then cooperation of federalism, that is said by Gabriel Austin. So cooperation, when you're doing, you're grabbing everything. Imagine that. Then federalism with central tendency. So it is said by Ivor Guinness. So tendency you could imagine as like hot iron going through the genes, so that is tendon genus. Now horoscope, imagine horoscope of the of the sovereign democratic and republic SDR. This one is said by, that is KM Munshi. Now just imagine when you see horoscope, you imagine of like a jeweler seeing his jewelry right through the like the magnifying glass. So imagine horoscope as KM Munshi. Munshi is basically businessman. Then soul of the constitution, you would go with BR Ambedkar, but that is wrong. Soul of the constitution, which is article 32, this is said by Pandit Thakur Das Bhargava. Then identity card of the constitution is said by Na Palkiwala. Then keynote of the constitution is said by Arost Baker. Right now, we are going towards the cases of preamble. So now preamble is the basic identity card, or no, you could say like the basic information, like how index is there. That is basically the of our constitution. So preamble. So some cases happen on the preamble. So the first case was Berubari case. Berubari case of 1960. You can just imagine 60s. Now Birubari case was basically, what I want to say here is, like how Bengal is there. Bengal earlier, how now there is Bangladesh is there. Bengal and Bangladesh earlier, before the independence, was the whole thing was one, right? Now that happened after the independence, everything got separated. Now it is 1960s, right? Now what happened is that now they India wanted the Bengal and Bangladesh to be separated, as there was too much Muslim population at the site. So what happened that India said that we are separating it, but this Bangladeshi side said that you can't make your own decision, as the sovereign word mean your own decision making. Now, sovereign word is written in our preamble, but at the time, the preamble was not part of a constitution as a constitution body. So we didn't took the so like they said that you can't say that you can't make your own decision. So that was the Birubari case, basically what I'm telling you. Then there was Golak Nath case versus state of Punjab. 1967. Preamble is not part of the constitution, said in the court. Same thing was happened here too. Then third, which is the important one, it is let me write it with red pen here. It is Keshav Keshavananda Bharti case, 1973. Right now, Keshav Nanda Bharti case is the case in which the preamble was became an officially a part of our constitution, right? In this Keshav Nanda Bharti case, 1973. That's the whole thing in here. Uh, Now, going on ahead in the constitution and unitary, and the now we are going on to difference between like US and Indian constitution. So US, this also comes in exams, US and Indian constitution. So US constitution is coming together federation, and Indian constitution is holding together federation. Now what happens is the coming together federation is like the US have, I think so, 52 or 51 some states, right? So like every state, like they come to a particular point of decision with voting and all that, to make a new law for the whole country, or any rule is or anything which has been applied. So like the whole 50 states would come together and make a decision. That is coming together federation. They're coming together, and they have bottom to top approach, right? Bottom is the state, and everyone coming here together is becoming a union. So that is on the US. Now India is top to bottom, as we have the center, then we have the state, then we have the local government. Now India is like top to bottom, as our decision goes from like the state, they make the decision. As here also there is state, they are coming together, and the state is with the voting and all that, they're making the decision. Here the state directly makes the decision, then it goes to center, then the center make the decision, and that goes to state. Then state does on a particular state, they can change the decision, and alter the law if needed. Then the local government is there. Yeah, now that's the basic difference. Now from here onwards, we will start our articles from 1 till how many we ever want to go, right? Now, uh, going on, how should I do this? Articles, all of them together here. Wait a second. I need to add page. If you want the PDF, I can send you. Just tap on the chat. Now, how do I do this? Matter of fact, I'm just gonna write like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So 30 till articles I will do right here. Okay, now beginning the articles. So till your first till your, I think so, article 4 would be one part, and this is called union, right? Now first article is union. Can I lower the thickness of this brush? First article is the union of states, as this says that what it would be, the like number of states is there, how many states are there, how many union territories is there, all that comprises in this article 1. And this also comprises the territory that shall comprises like the territories of India shall comprise of. So there are states, there are UTs, Union Territories, there are acquired territories, right? So in this acquired territories, at the time, we had, first of all, at that time, right, at the independence, we acquired these territories. First was Pondicherry. We acquired this territory under the 14th Constitutional Amendment Act of 1962, and this we acquired from your France, Pondicherry. Now, second one is Goa. Goa, as you all know, we acquired it from the British or the what do you call that? The Portuguese, and we got the Goa in the 12th Constitution Amendment Act of 1962, and yeah, Portuguese, and the third one is Daman and Diu. This was also under the capture of the Portuguese. 12th Constitution Amendment Act of 1962, and we also removed the area of Bangladesh, as under some area of uh, Bangladesh, and under the 100th Constitutional Amendment Act of 2015. Now, one question for you guys who are watching here. Can you tell me which, under 97th Constitutional Amendment Act of 2011, what what part of the, from the 25 parts of the Constitution, which part of the Constitution was added here, and what is the part number? Now, going on to the second article basically says that the for the administration or establishment of new territory, the union territory can become the state without. So administration of the existing state and administration of non-existing state, like capture and all that. So the second one basically saying that the addition of pre-existing the existed state and administration of non-existing state, if we acquire any territory, is in this article. That is what basically this article is, right? And if this thing is happening, this happens with Lok Sabha plus Rajya Sabha simple majority. If there is an alteration in the state and all that. The third one is basically the adjustment in the state. As the basic example, in this is like the internal readjustment of the states. And the basic example is like like there was first of all Uttaranchal. Now Uttaranchal, UA was there, right? Now what happened is from UA they got separated from UP, and then the Uttarakhand at the time was called UA only. Then the Uttarakhand name changed to UK, which is Uttarakhand, right? So this whole thing, which like first of all breaking down the state territories and naming them different state, then changing the state name, this can happen under Article 3, and there is no amendment required here. Just the Parliament permission and all that is required in this article. Now, what is the third one? Sorry, fourth one is says that any alteration on anything done under Article 2 and third don't need any amendment and all that. And this can be they don't need any amendment. That is basically in this thing. Now, going on ahead, which is Article 5. Now, Article 5 starts with the different part, as these four were the parts of union. Now from article 5 till your article, I think so, 11 is the citizenship. Yeah, till here. So this all is for the citizenship, and I see that nobody has answered my question in the chat. So 97th Constitution Amendment Act of 2011 is for cooperative society, and this is the part of ninth B. Going on ahead, and I was doing the fifth one, right? Now the fifth one is the citizenship. Here from fifth, the citizenship actually starts. So it says that from 26th of January of 1950, if anybody was here or born before this time, it is talking about at the independence, anybody who is born before this time in India would be considered a citizen of India. And if you were not born in India, and you just came here, so if you came 5 years prior to this date, January 26th of January of 1950, then also you would be considered a citizen of India. This is what basically Article 5 says. Now Article 6 is says that a certain person who at the time of independence, this is right, who lived in Pakistan and came to India at the partition would be considered the citizen of India if he came to India prior the date of 19th of July of 1948. So 1948, basically that's right. So if somebody who came to from Pakistan to India at during the time of partition, then he would be considered the citizen of India. And yeah, that's the whole thing. Like the bonding thing is not here because at the time there was everybody was India, right? But after the partition they got separated. You know what I'm trying to say. Now this is the article 6th. Now article 7th is different. Is the same thing. It is saying if somebody was born in Pakistan and uh, like and not Pakistan, wait, this is different. Wait, if somebody was born in India and went to Pakistan and went back to India, and he did this all thing before the date of 1st March, like somebody might have gone confused, right? 1st March of 1947, then he would be considered a citizen of India. That's basically what it says, Article 7. Now, Article 8 is something for students and all that. Supposedly, you are here, right? Supposedly, you are Tamil Nadu, right? You lived here, right? Now, what happened is that for higher studies, you go abroad, right? Now, supposedly, if you go to, you can say Ukraine or something like that, right, for study. When you come back, you live here for a long for some period of time. You would be considered citizen of India again because you were earlier a citizen of India. But if you go to Pakistan, then you would not be considered a citizen of India. That's the whole thing in Article 8. Now, I don't know if these all would come in exam, the 5th till the 8th, but they could come. But the main one would come is Article 9, which Article 9 says that single citizenship. And the single citizenship is from your the British. Now, Article 10 and 11 just basically says that Parliament can have power to uh, bring changes to the Constitution according to Article 5, 6, 7, and 8, because these were the alteration ones, right? Then Article 11 says that relating to the citizenship of law, the article given in the power to Parliament to take any citizenship back. So Parliament can take anybody's citizenship back according to this 5, 6, 7, 8 articles. Now, till here were the citizenship. Till 11 was the citizenship, that part of citizenship, as we have done first, which is union. Second, which is citizenship. Now, third is the fundamental right, which we are gonna do right now. So, from Article 12 till your Article 35. 36, I think so. Yeah, 36. That is your fundamental rights. Now, Article 12 is your definition of state. DEFINATION, definition of state. The definition of state is a state you could imagine as Uttarakhand or Uttar Pradesh or Bihar. This is also a state, but here in the definition of state is not that. Here the definition of state is that state is anybody who can make law. It could be your local municipality, it could be Panchayati Raj, it could be your local IPS officer. So these and the local government or the actual government, this is the state which we are talking about in the Article 12. That is the definition of state in Article 12. Now, Article 13 is any law made, any law ever made which violates your fundamental right, that law would be considered a nullity. That is Article 13. Now, from Article 14 till Article, I think so, 17, these are your Article 14 till Article 18, sorry, it is the equality, right? Now, Article 14 talks about there should be no discrimination on basis of caste, gender. No, Article 14. No, Article 14 is not that. Article 14 is the equality one. Yeah. Article 14 is your two types. First is your equality before law. Equality before law and equal protection of law. So what happens is equality before law says that first of all, this is negative. In a sense, equality for law is for everybody would be, the government would make everybody like similar, but this is negative. Okay. As some people might get more benefit, as equal protection of law is positive, which is taken up from the USA, and the equality for law is taken from the British uh, constitution at that independence period. Now, Article 15 talks about there would be no discrimination on basis of your religion, race, caste, or place of birth. There would be no discrimination on basis of these things. And in this, the clause 1 says that state, your state would not do any discrimination on these 4 or 5 bases. Second says that no citizen which is living inside that state would do any discrimination on basis of these uh, things. And the third clause is that the state can give women and children special provisions and nobody can stop them, and that is the Article 15 clause third. Then 15 of 4 clause says that the state can make special provision for advancement of any social and uh, educational backward classes of citizens as for the scheduled tribes. So scheduled tribes or any backward tribes would get benefit from the Article 15 Clause 4. Now 16th article says that there will be equal opportunity in matter of public employment. This one is for public employment 16, as the article 16 of clause 1 says that the equality of employment or appointment to any office under the state. So there would be no discrimination done by the state. That is the clause 1. Clause 2 says that there would be no discrimination on basis of race, caste, sex, descent, descent and place of birth. From 15 and 16, the only difference here is the descent word. As the descendants you are from, there would be no discrimination on basis of that too. Then the clause third of article 16 says that the parliament. So here the third 16 of clause 3, first one is the parliament and the second one is the state. So parliament can make any provision in which the any tribes like SC or ST can get benefit, and the particular state can also do that. So that is the 16 of clause third and fourth. Now the 17 is abolition of untouchability. That is in the article 17, as state that the practice of untouchability is forbidden, and if anybody does that would be a crime. It is an important part of the right to equality and provides social and justice to the citizens. That is your article 17. Abolition of untouchability. Now 14 till 18 was the freedom part. So last one is 18 is abolition of titles. So your normal citizens can't use your titles and all that. They are specifically reserved. That is until 14 till 18. Now from 19, from your part article 19 till 22 is the freedom one. So 19.1 is the protection of certain right regarding the freedom of speech. So to learn the 19, as 19 is pretty important, and there are many clauses in this. So to easily learn this, there's a trick which is samro. So SAAMRO. Now S in article 16, S, the first clause is for speech and expression. A is for assemble. You can assemble at any place, but without any arms. Then next, A is association. You can form any association and nobody can stop you. That is your right. Then M is your move. You can move freely in any part, any state of India. Then R is your reside. You can reside in any part of India. Next is O, which is occupation. So you can have any occupation in India, but that should not be illegal. That is the article 19, which is pretty important, as samaro is the short trick. So S is the clause 1, A is the second clause, A is the third clause, M is the fourth, R is the fifth. Then there was one more, which is the sixth clause. This sixth clause got removed, as this was right to property. So you can't own property in specific state, the Jammu and Kashmir, as you have to be citizen there. So this got removed from the fundamental right, and this got put into Article 300, which is not in the fundamental right anymore. So that is so after R, which is fifth clause, there is one left, which is sixth, which is removed. Now the O is the seventh clause. So keep that in mind. Now going on ahead, which is the 20th article, which is the this article says that protection in respect of conviction of offense. So if you do any conviction of offense, there you have some protection. First is no ex ex post facto law. Second is no double jeopardy. Third is no self incrimination. No self incrimination. So no ex facto law is basically saying that you would not be punished on a crime that you have done in your past. That is no ex facto law. Then next is no double jeopardy. You would not be charged on two laws. Sorry, two crimes. You will be charged on the one which you have done the higher crime, I would say. Then no self incrimination is like you can't give your own gawahi, like, or your own uh, you can't talk like you are here in the court, right? You can't talk on your own behalf. You can do that if that is not a criminal case. That's the only difference here. If that's a civil case, then you can do that. Civil cases are like, you know, how the talaq and all that. In that you can do that, because you have to do that because you are the only one who would explain what you are feeling and why you want to do this. But the talaq thing. Now Article 21, as I told you, from 19 till 21 are your freedom, right? The first the first 14 till 18 was the equality. Then 19 till your 20, 22 is the freedom. Then 23rd to 24 is exploitation. Then 25 till 28 is your religion. Then 29 till 30 is education, and 32 till 35 is remedies. So we are doing 19 till 23, which is freedom. The first one, 19, I told you on was the Samaro freedom. Then the 20 was on the self-incrimination one. Then 21 is your protection of life and personal liberty. That is in 21. Protection of life and personal liberty. That is Article 21. And another one in 21 of A. This also, we also did this in the schedules, I think so. And in 21 of A, there is uh, uh, also an amendment, which is 86th of Constitution Amendment Act of 2002. And this Constitution Amendment Act says that children between 6 till 14 have to go to school. This was also in our fundamental duty, which is 11th fundamental duty. So keep that in mind. This is important. 86th of Constitution Amendment Act of 2002. You will see that is also in DPSP. Now 21 we have done, and 21 of A clause we have done. Now 22 is the protection on against arrest and detention. Arrest and detention. So there is a difference between arrest and detention, right? Arrest is done when you have done a criminal stuff and the police know that you have done it. Now arrest is the sorry detention is that the you might have done that, you might not have done that. So the police have just taken you under their authority. Now in the uh, in this you have some your rights. In the arrest you have right for information why you are arrested, and then you have the right to have a lawyer. Then you would be only given 24 hours before going on to judgment, right? Now in detention you have the right to information for why you are detained here, then the right to lawyer. Then they can detain you for maximum of 3 months because they don't know if you have done that, so they would have go to like detailed investigation on you. Now 20, as I told you, 19 till your 22nd are the freedom one, which are four articles: 19, 20, 21, 22. Now 23 and 24 are another subject, which is exploitation, right? Against exploitation. So 23rd talks about the prohibition of trafficking and forced labor. So uh, in this it talks about, you first in this there is clause 1, which talks about no one can force them to work under him or her. So and no one can buy or sell you. If done, the parliament will punish them. So no exploitation would be here. In the clause 1 it is said that exploitation. Now clause 2 talks about, if state wants that like there is no forced labor is there, but it could be, how like there is a fundamental duty 4 which talks about armed service. So armed service, so that is a similar thing. The state can force you to come to do your service because like there are shortages in the like the workforce, and they want some more men to do the work. So the state can do that. Now 24 talks about the pro- prohibition of employment of children in hazardous condition. And this is under the age of children which are 14, they can't work in hazardous factories. That is basically from 23rd till 24th, that is exploitation. Now 25 till 28, 1 2 3 4 5 4, sorry, these is for your education, sorry, religious freedom of religion. That is freedom. And 29 to 30 are the education one. So here these five, I have a pretty simple trick to learn them. As the 25, as first of all learn it as trust. 26, learn it as affair. 27, learn it as tax. 28, learn it as education. Now to learn this pretty easy. 25 till 28 are for religion. First of all learn that 25 till 28 are for religion, right? Now 28 says that trust. Now take a girlfriend for example. So this is a girlfriend, right? And you are here, you started dating. So first of all you build a trust with each other. That is article 25. And religion, that means you can trust in any religion. That is freedom in the India. That is article 25. As 25 to 28 are religion, that is the main heading. Remember that. Now go to trust. So you can trust any religion. That I'm giving an example from girlfriend. Now you from the trust, now you build it an affair. You can have affair, right? Now in 26 the religion is there. So you can have any affair with any religion. That is your right. Now tax, now after that you went to a coffee date. Now you have to pay the tax on the coffee, right? The tax is there. Now you don't have to pay tax on the religious stuff. That is article 27. Now 28 is that after doing all of this stuff you become dumb and you go for education. So that is the whole short trick here. Now 28 of education is that freedom to attend any religious institute. And these religious institute, if they want to maintain like they are only one dharma kind of thing, so they have to be funded from a private body. If they are funded from state, then the state is for everybody. And so any religion can go to that particular institute. So that is the thing to keep in mind. Now article 29 and article 30 are for education, right? Now but 29 is important as this have the word minority in it. Minorities. So minorities, first of all, this word has not been explained the meaning in the constitution book. And but the minorities can be classified in two ways. First is religious way. If anybody is in low number, then that could be a minority in religion. Then linguistic, if somebody who speak a particular language and they are low in number and they need help in to grow, so that could be in minority and linguistic way. So religious and linguistic are the two ways for minorities, which is in article 29, right? Now article 29 also have clauses. First clause says that although it takes about minorities, it include everyone. So minorities can be anyone. You are not forced into minorities, you are born with it, right? So you can't have any control over that. Minority is not a bad term. It basically signifies that you are a low in number and you need help. So that is what it is saying, the first one. Second one is saying no citizen shall be denied in administration in any education institute maintained by state. That's what I told you in Article 28. So any institute which is maintained or funded by the state, if they are going on one religion dharma, they can't do that. If any institute which is funded by state, any religion, any religious follower can, or different religion like Hindu, Muslim, or Sikh, can go in there. That is 29. Now article 30 says there are three clauses here: first, second, and third. Article 30 clause 1 says that all the minorities, be it from any religious language, can have this power. So to have like establishment of any institute, so you can establish your any institute. That is written in clause 1. Clause second says that if there is a destruction going on for improvement of like a railway is going from that particular place and the institute is in the middle, so there would be no discrimination on breaking one institute and not another one. They both would be broken if they are in the track, right? Now the third one is that the state shall not discriminate in the to educate the institute against any education institute on the ground of that it is under the management of minorities, whether bound or and religion or language. So there would be no discrimination basically on this institute kind of thing. Now this is 1 till 30 article which I have done. Now I want to just complete it till the fundamental right. Then I would be done. So now I am left with, first of all, I have to clarify one thing. The article 31 is have been not in this particular point in the fundamental right, as it is removed, as this one have gone to article 300, as this was the right to property. Going on ahead, 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36. So 32 is the article we have already done, which is the writ jurisdiction of the Supreme Court and the soul of the Constitution, whatever you want to say. This is the article 32, and article 32 till article 36, this comes under the part remedies. Now article 33, Article 33 basically says that it empowers the parliament to restrict the fundamental right of the armed force. So the Parliament can restrict some rights of armed force, like posting pictures on the social media or using the social media. That can be done under the Article 33. So Parliament can have control over that. Now, Article 34 says that there would be no Article 34 says that there would be it is provided for the restriction of fundamental right, while the martial law can be forced to a particular area. So if a particular area is going out of control, then the martial law, the military law, can be applied in a particular state, which have been done in multiple times in Manipur. Now this thing has been borrowed by your British, as you could remember, as at negative, so British negative. Now, Article 35 says that it provides that the power to make laws to give an effect to certain for fundamental rights shall vest only in the Parliament and not in the state legislative assembly. So basically, in Article 35 is saying that Parliament can bring any changes in this fundamental right? And from 36 till 51 your DPSP starts. So we will do it tomorrow. Bye.